Welcome back to 50 Sonic Adventures. Now, this is a different video to normal. I am currently at home, not somewhere abroad, so I'm a bit bored and I thought I'd do a video and show the equipment I take abroad with me. Some of you may be thinking about making a channel and recording your holidays, so I thought I'd show you what I use and some of the pitfalls that I've discovered throughout my travels so far. So we'll start with the very first video I made utilising this phone that I'm recording you on now, the iPhone 14, and I was using a Fengi Vlog Pocket, Fengi Tech Vlog Pocket, I think it was, really small folding gimbal, which is about that big, literally the size of my fist, that would fold out, put your phone in, and away you go. You may you may have seen my first video that I created, which was the Bahia Principe aquamarine video from a couple of years ago, a year ago. Yeah, that was all done with the Vlog Pocket and my iPhone. There was bits of it which was with the Neo, but I'll move on to the drones in a little while. For audio, I had some cheap, horrible microphones that I bought for £10 off eBay. They didn't work very well. The sound quality was quite bad. And if you've watched the Bahia Principe video, then you will be able to tell that the audio quality was bad to start with. So I had to do voiceovers when I got home. I really hate doing voiceovers. I'd rather just talk while I'm there and explain everything that I'm seeing. So audio-wise, and before we carry on with all this, I'm not sponsored by any company. I've not been given any products. I pay for everything that I use myself. I'm only a small channel. I don't get given stuff. I'd like to get given stuff to build the channel. So if you're watching this for the first time and you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. And it helps my numbers get up, which would be great. Anyway, moving on. So audio, as you can see, I've got a DJI mic mini on that I'm using there. I bought the pack, so it was with two microphones and the receiver. I didn't bother buying the charging box, it was pointless. So they come with wind muffs, like you see, grey one and a black one. The black one is normally paired with the next camera I'm going to show you, and the grey one is paired with another camera, just to save faffing around between cameras and microphones. So DJI mic mini is what I use, but they've got mic 2, mic 3, mic 2 plus, mic mini 2, mini Bob, Josie, whatever. I would like a new set of microphones. These ones don't store any recordings, so I couldn't just talk into it and then put it onto my computer. It has to be with a camera, so it's the only downfall to this, but I never really do anything else but with a camera, so they work fine for me. But if I was going to buy a new one, I'd probably go with the DJI mic 3. Those would probably be the ones I'd buy now if I was starting over. So that's microphones. Get a good set because audio quality is huge. So the first camera that I bought was the DJI Action 5 Pro, and like I say, I'm not affiliated to DJI. However, everything I have is DJI, all right, because I'm really into their ecosystem. I think they're brilliant. I've had no problems with any of their kit, so I'm a big advocate. But there's plenty of others to choose from. You've got GoPro, you've got Insta360, and all the Insta cameras now as well. So have a look around. But anyway, the Action 5 Pro, brilliant camera, rugged, big screen on the back, screen on the front, so you can see what you're doing if you're filming yourself. Audio quality is pretty good on that on its own. However, I just prefer it with the mic. It just works better for me. You can get ND filters to go on to the lens there, which I've used in really sunny places. So yeah, brilliant camera, 4K, really good picture quality. I'm not going to go through all the specs because there's loads of videos that does that, but you know, for me, this works perfectly. Underwater is great. You may have seen one of my other films from Coral Sea Sensory from Egypt. Took this underwater, brilliant picture quality underwater as well with this, and it didn't need any special case. I bought the vlog, no I didn't, I bought the adventure combo, sorry, with this, which comes with 3 batteries in a little chargy box like that, and a extendable selfie stick, which extends to, I think this one's about 1.5 meters, this one. So yeah, that's what I bought. I would say definitely get the adventure kit if you're going to do this, or buy this camera, because you're going to use the batteries. I've probably been getting about an hour and a half out of each battery before having to charge them, so 4.5 hours worth of recording, which is pretty good. Got internal memory, can't remember off the top of my head how many gig it is, but it'll probably pop up on the screen here now. But I've also added a 128 gigabyte SD card just to give me plenty of memory, and I've never run out yet. So Action 5 Pro, sorry, was my first camera I bought. There's now the Action 6 out, which is phenomenal. However, this does what I need, so I'm not going to buy a new camera, well, not one of these anyway, for a while. So that's that camera. I did mention it came with this hard case, didn't I, for going into water and attaching onto your selfie stick in different angles. Right, cool. Right, what else? Meta glasses. All right, seems really strange, but these are brilliant for little quick clips. Only records in 1080p, which is still HD, just not 4K quality. Sounds good. Only in portrait though, can't do any landscape recording while you're wearing them. So good for some things like shorts, but not great for big videos. Next camera then, one I only bought a few months ago. First outing was in Turkey, so if you've just watched the Turkey video of me and Marmaris, then you've seen this. But the Osmo 360, my first 360 camera. What a bit of kit this is. Unbelievable. All you have to do is just walk around with this on a stick, such as this one that it came with, which is 1.2 meters long. So attach this onto the stick and literally just walk around, and it films everything. If you didn't know anything about 360 cameras, that's what it does. It records every single part around you, and you can choose what you want in the frame. It's brilliant. One little recording can have 5, 6, 7 different clips from it. Okay, so 360 camera, I love it. And a lot more use will be coming from this camera. So yeah, and I also, on this one, I bought the adventure combo, 3 batteries. So I've got 6 batteries that come in 2 of these cases, so plenty interchangeable between that and the Action 5 and the selfie stick. That's all that came with. Right, so that's the cameras that I use. Now the drones. So my first ever video, like I mentioned, was the Bahia Principe aquamarine video, and if you've seen that, you'll see that there's a bit of me walking around the pool and having a look around, and a bit of a 360 shot around me at the poolside, and then some aerial shots. That was filmed on a DJI Neo, so the first Neo that came out. Good little drone, but I've upgraded to the Neo 2. Fantastic little drone. This is a travel companion that will go everywhere with me. If I'm not on holiday, this is in the car, a bit of a loser, just in case I see something that I quickly want to record. But this thing, autonomous flight, so you can just don't need any controllers, launch it from your hand, choose the setting of what flight mode you want by utilising the buttons on the side here, and away it will go. You can also have hand gesture control and voice control as well on it if you've got your phone with you. So brilliant bit of kit, 4K video quality. This will absolutely be coming with me on my next trip, or the trip after, and I'll explain why. So DJI Neo 2, fantastic bit of kit. That will always go with me on into countries that allow drones in. Obviously, if a country doesn't allow drones, then I won't be going. In fact, I'll talk about that now. So my next trip and the next video is going to be I'm returning to the Sensory Coral Sea in Egypt, going there in October. So my next video will be out in November, unless I decide to go somewhere in between. Can't take drones into Egypt. They're absolutely banned. Banned to sell, banned to take in as a travel travel maker on holiday. Travel on holiday, sorry. If you're going to be utilising drones as business, you have to get written permission from the government. Honestly, drones are clamped down. And Morocco as well. You can't take your drones into Morocco. A friend of mine tried to do that, and he had his seized from the airport, but was able to collect it on the way out of the country. But with Egypt, it's just literally seized, and you might be lucky if you get it back. So don't gamble with that. If you're taking drones into countries, make sure you check before you go that you can take them. If you're going to go anywhere in Europe, then make sure you've got the EASA operator ID and possibly your flyer ID as well if needs be, depending on the drone. Next holiday that I'll be going on, which I'm taking a drone, will be I'll definitely be taking the Neo 2, will be back to the Dominican Republic in March next year. So we move on to the next drone, which I absolutely take on holiday anywhere I go. It's the little Mini 4 Pro, sub 250 grams. So if you're not sure about the rules, if a drone's under 250 grams, you can fly closer to people, fly closer to buildings, so on and so forth, pretty much everywhere in the world. So absolutely brilliant little drone. 4K, loads of different flight programs it can do with it. It's fantastic. If you've just seen the Marmaris video, the aerial shots were taken on this. So Turkey, you can take drones in. However, if you want to fly, you've got to get permission to fly in certain places. Some places you're absolutely not allowed to fly, near military bases, government buildings, police buildings, architectural sites. So I was only able to get footage across the top of a hotel. Couldn't really get footage anywhere else because I hadn't got permission to fly in any other places. But anyway, brilliant little drone. Slot at the back for memory card. This one currently has a 512 gigabyte memory card in it. Some people don't like having big memory cards. However, I've never had a problem. So 512 gigabytes of memory. I'm never going to fill it up. Brilliant drone. High quality shots. Absolutely recommend getting yourself a mini drone and taking it abroad. That and the Neo would definitely be two drones that I'll take abroad if there are no restrictions on small drones. If there are no restrictions on larger drones, then this will be the next drone, the DJI Air 3S. Size difference compared to the Mini 4 Pro is a bit. This weighs more than the category allows to get close to people. However, it's in the UK and other places you're allowed to get close with this to people. Check the rules where you're going. I'm allowed to take this to Dominican Republic, so I'll 100% be flying this across there. Amazing footage from this 4K. Two lenses at the front. So it allows you to zoom in, got telefocus lens. Amazing drone. One of the best drones on the market, in my opinion. We're going to be releasing a new one soon, I believe, of this. However, this thing is phenomenal. Again, I've got 3 batteries for this, controller and all the good stuff. 3 batteries for this, 3 batteries for the Mini 4 Pro, 3 batteries for the Neo 2. Last drone that I've got, so 4 in total at the moment. Mrs. 50 something's not happy, but I want another one, is the Avata 2. So FPV drone, same as the Neo 2. However, a lot faster, a lot more agile, 4K video quality. Again, no preset flight paths on this because you fly this with a motion controller or a manual controller like this. This camera on here and this drone will produce, like you've seen people skimming along the sea and the waves crashing in. They're flying down cliff faces and along edges of like mountains and stuff. underneath palm trees. That's what that drone does. I haven't taken it abroad yet, but that will be coming with me to the Dominican next year, so I can film those shots exactly the same as everyone else does. Really looking forward to taking that drone abroad. But again, weight restrictions, dependent what country you're allowed to take them in. Last couple of bits to show and talk about. So stands and things to hold the cameras. So what I'm doing now talking to you, I've got the camera on tripod. These things, selfie stick with built-in tripod feet, so brilliant for being out and about. Again, this is another DJI product, but brilliant. 1.6 length extension. I've already shown you the two sticks that come with the two cameras as standard. I've got my little underwater camera holder, so for underwater shots I always put that on to the Mini 5. If I drop the camera, then it's buoyant and it'll float up to the top and I'll be able to retrieve it. However, I've never done that because I always wear the strap. If I want point of view recordings, I can attach this to my rucksack or something, bag, clip it onto anything. It just clips literally onto anything. So clip the camera on there, clip this on, and I can get point of view stuff to film me if there's no metal around, because this has got magnetic attachments, so you can clip this to metallic objects. They'd say you don't need a camera stand. And the last stick I've got, 3 meter extension stick, so I can really get views of places really well above crowds and so on. Going to, like I've mentioned, I'm going to Coral Sea in Centauri, Coral Sea in a couple of months. I'm going to have a day trip to the Valley of the Kings, which I'm really looking forward to. That stick's going to be brilliant because I'll be able to get the camera nice and high and get some really great views of the valley and the other places, the other monuments that we're going to go and visit. And if there's loads of people in the way, it'll get me right up above them to look over the crowds. I can also use that with the 360 camera to get loads of fake drone shots, which are really good. So that is the equipment that I use. I have a number of memory cards, so I've got 3 or 4 128 memory cards, then I've got 256 memory cards, and then a couple of 512 memory cards. So always have a few of those with you. I would suggest getting a power bank if you're going to be out all day, but you're going to definitely want multiple batteries for these. So I've got 3 for each thing, as I've already said. That's what I sort of would use on a day trip, and then when I get back I'll charge it all up ready to go for the next day. My FPV drones come with goggles, so they're really good to fly, and you get a full immersive feeling of flying while wearing that. But I haven't brought that to show yet, or I'm not bothered showing you the controllers either. But there you go, that's my kit. Normally when I go away, I'll take both the Action 5 and the Osmo 360. They come with me. First choice, depending on weight limits, will be a combination of these 2 drones. But if I'm allowed to take bigger drones, then I'm absolutely going to be taking the Avata 2 and the Air 3S. But my go-to and my sort of always first option are these 2 here. And that's it pretty much. Hope it's been useful. Hope you've enjoyed it. Taking up 20 minutes of your life. I do apologise if I've bored you senseless, but if you've stuck it with me all the way to the end of the video, thank you. If you're not a subscriber, like I mentioned at the beginning, please subscribe. It doesn't hurt. A little boring statistic: out of all the viewers that I've got, 97.2% of the people who watch my films aren't subscribers. That's terrible. So please subscribe, help me out, and if I don't go away any time before, next video will be coming out in November when I get back from the Coral Sea Centauri. See you all later. Bye bye.